Hello everyone. Let us start with the next topic called as organic synthesis. This is the part of a paper CHORT 4.3 and unit 2 in which we will be looking for disconnection approach. We want to understand what is this disconnection approach, and then we also want to understand if we have a target molecule given to us, how we can break down the molecule in a best possible way, and further we can design the synthesis. This is how the concept of disconnection approach plays a very important role given a target molecule, and how we can easily design a molecule based on understanding the starting material and then breaking down the target molecule feasibly so that we get the desired compound in a proper yield. Now the question may arise, what is this disconnection approach? Disconnection approach is nothing but it is like going backwards. If a target molecule is assigned to us, how we can design the molecule based on how we can design the starting material and commercially available reagents so that we get our final compound. So in this particular system, we will be trying to understand to design a target molecule through breaking down the target molecule. Disconnection approach is a very handy approach to understand various types of unknown compounds through which the designed systems can be done. Let us start with the concept of disconnection approach. Disconnection approach is also known as retrosynthesis. It is also called as synthesis backward. Now, this is an approach for designing organic synthesis which involves breaking down of target molecule into available starting material by imaginary breaking of bonds. Now, this is called as a concept of disconnection. Let us take an example of acetanilide. When I write acetanilide, I write NHCOCH3. To this acetanilide, I can break the bond at this position, or I can write this in a very detailed manner like NHCOCH3. I can also break the molecule in this way. Now, my target molecule in this situation, I'll be calling this target molecule as acetanilide and is represented by Tm. If I can break this molecule, I will be able to get an benzene system and NHCOCH3. Whether these compounds are feasible or no, or whether with this starting material can I be able to synthesize my final product, is the approach given to the disconnection system. So in this second approach, what I can do is I can break down the system so that I will be getting an NH. Then the other system will be COCH3. Now we know that NH can be represented as aniline system. So if I write NH, I can write this to be a commercially available system like aniline. Plus, if I have to do an acetylation, now through this aniline system, I want to do an acetylation. What I can do for this particular equivalent is, I can try to understand the equivalent as CH3COCl. Now, when I design the molecule, I will be doing aniline. It will react with acetyl chloride to give me my target molecule. In this second system that I try to disconnect, now this particular NHCOCH3 is not commercially available. Of course, benzene is commercially available, but NHCOCH3 is not commercially available. So this type of approach is not a right approach for breaking down this molecule. Whereas when I observe the second approach that I have done, in this the breaking down of the bond is quite feasible. That is, I can get an NH with a negatively charged system, and then I can see that onto the carbonyl carbon I can introduce CH3COCl, so that onto the carbonyl carbon the positively charged system is present. In this way, the second route that I tried to synthesize for my target molecule becomes a more feasible way. This is how, if a target molecule is given to me, I can, by my understanding of the organic chemistry reactions and all the reagents, I can design a synthesis. So how we could design this synthesis is, acetanilide was my target molecule, but I designed the synthesis in such a way that aniline, which is my starting material, plus acetyl chloride is going to give me an acetanilide system. So this is how we could design the organic molecule that was given to us. Now for example, what we did in this particular system is, aniline reacted with acetyl chloride to get me my target molecule. To understand what is the starting material, that is an approach called as disconnection approach. So my first point, it said that an approach for designing organic synthesis which involves breaking down of target molecule into available starting material. So what is my available starting material? That is aniline plus acetyl chloride. By imaginary breaking of bonds, I just broke down the target molecule in an imaginary way, and then I designed my synthesis. The second can be by functional group interconversion. Now if I want to understand by functional group interconversion is, I can write one functional group into another. For example, if my target molecule is aniline, let us say the target molecule is aniline, but I want to get this aniline. How I will be doing is, in this way I will try to break down the bond. Then I will be getting a benzene system plus NH2. NH2 cannot carry a positive charge, it has to be negatively charged. Benzene is also a negatively charged system. So in this direct way I could not do it. So how I can do indirectly is, I will break down the molecule in such a way that benzene plus nitro group introduction. In this way, now after getting a nitro group introduction, I can get nitrobenzene. Further, with tin and HCl, I can reduce and I can get my aniline system. So, for one functional group, I wrote another functional group. Like for NH2 system, I wrote an NO2 system. This type of transformation is called as functional group interconversion. So this is also a part of the disconnection approach. This is the process of synthesis design which starts with the product and works backwards towards the starting material. Now for example, if this is my starting material, it is a carboxylic group with an carbonyl carbon. It will be broken down with this wavy line. That means it is an imaginary breaking down, in which one of the compound will be this carbonyl carbon system and the other compound will be carbon dioxide. We already know our target molecule, but we do not know the design of the synthesis. Hence what we do is, we break down the target molecule into a more feasible reagent systems, and finally we design the given molecule. So this is a system called as disconnection approach. The goal of this retrosynthesis analysis is a structure simplification. Often, a synthesis will have more than one possible synthetic route. Now we can understand this by I want to get benzoic acid. Now for example, I want to get my target molecule as benzoic acid. Now to get this benzoic acid, I have to break down this molecule. I will be cleaving at this point, that is C single bond C. I will be getting a benzene system plus a carboxylic system. But can I just directly introduce this carboxylic system onto benzene? Not possible. So rather, a more simplified method would be, I would try to simplify it by getting a toluene system. So benzene, instead of getting a benzene system, I can now design my starting material as toluene. This toluene, upon oxidation, I can make use of KMnO4, I can make use of chromium trioxide, and then my toluene can be converted to a benzoic acid. So this is how I can design my synthesis based on a starting material. So this is how it said that there is a more structural simplification. Instead of just making use of benzene, I could make use of toluene synthesis. But sometimes it may have more than one possible route. That is, a more possible route would be, now benzene plus I can do a carbon dioxide reaction to get back my benzoic acid as the target molecule. But which among this becomes more feasible? The second one becomes more feasible. Hence, I will be utilizing that as my disconnection approach. And finally, I will be designing my synthesis. Retrosynthesis is a well suited for discovering different synthetic routes and comparing them in a logical and straightforward fashion. Just now I told you about this. That is, I can react benzene plus carbon dioxide to get my benzoic acid, or a more proper feasible way would be reacting the toluene and then oxidizing the toluene to get a benzoic acid system. This can also be applied onto various types of reactions. Whether I can make use of a particular reagent or whether I can avoid making use of a particular reagent could be done in a more strategic way to design the target molecule. Then, target molecule. Till this point, we were just telling about the target molecule. What is this target molecule, or how do I define this target molecule? The molecule whose synthesis is being planned. Whatever molecule I want to synthesize, or I want to get the starting material, or I want to design the system, that particular molecule is called as target molecule. In this case, benzoic acid is my target molecule, or there can be system like an ester. This is my target molecule. How I can synthesize this target molecule is by trying to cleave down by the system, where I will be able to understand. I will be cleaving in this C single bond O, and turn I can get a benzoic acid system plus an ethanol system to get my ester. So this is how this particular this particular molecule of which the design has to be done, of which the synthesis has to be done, is called as target molecule. Hence, target molecule is nothing but whose synthesis is being planned. What is retrosynthesis? Retrosynthesis is a process of deconstructing, that means breaking down. When I say deconstructing, that means breaking down the target molecule. Yes, deconstructing a target molecule into readily available starting materials by the means of various types of reagent. That means we want to deconstruct a molecule in such a way that I have to get my starting materials which are commercially available, and then when I get those commercially available starting materials, I can finally design my system. The target molecule T Tm, it is now represented as Tm, is the goal, the target, the molecule that we are trying to make. Now for example, this meta-aminobenzoic acid can be considered as my target molecule. If I consider that as my target molecule, I need to break down the system. Now for example, if this I am given as the target molecule, how I will be breaking down the target molecule is, I can break down at this point and then I can arrive at negatively charged benzene plus I can arrive at C double bond O OH with a positively charged carbon. But whether this can be feasible system of C double bond OOH, instead of that I can now give this to be a CH3 system, and here okay I can get an aniline system. So this is one of the route in which we can make aniline system and then we can make use of this CH3. So a starting material that I can give would be meta-amino toluene system. So this meta-amino toluene system upon oxidation with either KMNO4 or chromium oxide or any type of oxidizing agent, the CH3 can be oxidized to a carboxylic acid, getting me a target molecule. So in this way, if we have understood about the feasibility of any starting material which is commercially available, based on that we can design the molecule. So this type of system is said to be designing of a target molecule. Hence, target molecule given to us becomes a very important aspect of designing the molecule in a proper feasible way. So let us look at this example. Here a target molecule is consisting of pH, there is a long chain system and an OH. Now we can break at this point to give pH positively charged and carbon which is negatively charged. Or we can break it in such a way that pH can carry a negative charge and the carbon can carry a positive charge here. Both the routes we are trying to synthesize. But where will we get such type of reagents, or my starting materials is a questionable thing. That means either I have to get a pH negatively charged. How we can get a pH negatively charged? Either it should be a Grignard reagent, and hence we write the Grignard reagent as pH MgBr. Now if I say pH MgBr, this Grignard reagent will have a pH which is going to carry a negatively charged system. If I just introduce a proton, that means my carbonyl carbon will have a positively charged system. So such reagents are feasible in nature and we can get them commercially. Based on that we can design the target molecule. Hence, there comes a system called as synthetic route. It is a sequence of reactions designed. Just now we saw there is a sequence of reaction by first breaking down the system, designed to convert commercially available starting materials into the designed product. Now these two compounds are commercially available and then they can be converted to the desired target molecule. So in this way we can understand about the synthetic route. So in this particular session we have understood what is a disconnection approach and why do we do a disconnection approach. In this session we first understood about why we are trying to do a retrosynthetic analysis. So we have understood what is a disconnection approach or what is a retrosynthetic analysis, why at all we do and how we do by just breaking down the molecule or by doing a functional group interconversion. Then we understood what is the goal of this retrosynthetic analysis. And then what is this target molecule upon which we are trying to do the design of the synthesis. And finally, based on the knowledge of organic chemistry, we can design a synthetic route. That is what we have dealt in this particular session. Thank you.